When Oliver took out the Mauler twins, I was like, oh my goodness, this guy has hands. But let's be real, he didn't. Hello, my name is Joseph and welcome to the Chill Out Zone, where I talk all things anime, movies and TV shows. And today, we are talking about the top 5 worst performances in Invincible Season 4 so far. Let's get into it. So, in number 5, I'm actually going to give it to Omni-Man. Now, honestly, I feel like this guy doesn't even deserve to be in this list. But if I'm being honest, his performance this season has been relatively mid, especially coming from season 1 and other seasons in the show. I feel like he didn't do anything to fumble the bag, which is why he isn't higher up on the list. I would say notable things that he did do was, of course, he destroyed Planet Viltrum along with Mark, Fadus and also Space Racer. But honestly, his fight in the last episode was pretty average. Like, he didn't really take out any Viltrumites. He was punching and he was getting punched. I'm going to be so for real, Nolan is not beating any allegations. I am convinced that this guy does not even like Oliver. First of all, when he came to Earth, he didn't see him. Secondly, in the last episode, when everybody was fighting Frag, he saw Oliver just floating there with his arm torn off. And what did he do? He went straight for Mark and Fadus again. Like, what is going on? This guy does not like Oliver, and I'm sorry, you actually cannot convince me otherwise. Okay, coming in 4th place is General Krieg. Now, I'm not sure about you, but for me, this guy has always been seen near Frag. Okay, so I assume that this guy's power level would be similar to him. Of course, Frag is on another level of his own, but Krieg has been moving like his personal assistant. Let's be real, this guy is pretty much second in command, and so I would assume that he got to that level because of his power level. But yeah, when we actually saw him fighting, he didn't really do much. Yes, he fought Battle Beast, and yes, he was able to hold his own, but he actually didn't really do too much. Let's be real. Maybe he got that position because he was giving Frag the best lineups in the game, and honestly, that's why I think he's there. Let's be real. But his actual performance in the season so far has been relatively mid. In fact, I would even say that it's been a bit disappointing. I honestly expected a bit more from the person who seems to be second in command. Think about it. Can you think of a notable thing that this guy done all season? No, don't worry, I'll wait. Exactly, no you can't. This guy was just a bystander. And other than Frag, this guy was meant to be number 2 in Team Viltrumites, but he was not doing anything. Okay, coming in 3rd place, and honestly, I think here, this is where it starts to get sad. But in 3rd place, I'm actually going to have to give it to Battle Beast. Now, I know, it hurts me to say this, but the reason why he's lower than Craig is because this guy was talking the most. On the ship, this guy was saying that my ideal meal would be to choke on my own blood. He was talking about feasting on his own intros. This guy was talking smack, okay? And so, when it came down to it, you would assume that this guy had the hands to back it, but let's be real, he didn't. Okay, he didn't do anything notable in the fight against the Viltrumites. This guy got sliced by one of the other Viltrumites. This guy fought Krieg for a bit, and again, nothing really came out of it. Honestly, now that I think about it, I don't think Battle Beast actually took out any Viltrumites. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I just don't believe that happened. This guy was building so much anticipation just for him to fumble the bag. Nothing notable happened all season, and so yeah, I'm not really too impressed with him, which again is sad. Similar to Omni-Man, this guy had a fall from grace. This guy was the guy, right? He beat up Mark, he almost ended him early on in the season. This guy was pretty much unstoppable, and then here, yeah, it just wasn't good. Now, granted, he's fighting more powerful opponents. He's fighting probably the top 10 Viltrumites, so I do understand that he probably isn't going to have as much time to shine. And not only that, but his power level is probably a lot more similar to the Viltrumites that he's facing. But yeah, I'm sorry, this guy was talking the most, and he didn't have the hands to back it up. And for that reason, he's in 3rd place. The second worst performance of the season so far has to go to Tech Jacket. Now, like a lot of you, I'm sure that when you were expecting Tech Jacket to be in the season, I'm sure you were expecting great things. I'm sure you were expecting us to find out why Nolan took the time to actually write about the technology of these people. And so when we finally met Tech Jacket, I was severely disappointed. I mean, let's be real, every time this girl was left alone, her life was on the line. She had to stick with Alan, otherwise she would have been packed up super quickly. Let's be real. Her most notable achievements in the season so far would be literally hiding in a ship. Let's be real, hiding in a ship and using the venom with Alan the alien. Like, by herself, she was destined to die. Honestly, she does not deserve to hang with the big boys. She generally shouldn't have been in this battle. She is generally a child, and yeah, I mean, it's Viltrumax. It's Viltrumax. I was expecting to see some Iron Man type, Blue Beetle type maneuvers here, but honestly, her power level was just so much lower compared to literally everybody else in the season. Like, now the number one spot, the worst performance in this entire season, and I'm sure nobody is surprised, but it goes to Oliver. I mean, honestly, the fact that Oliver has survived is actually a miracle. Like, generally, this guy has pretty much the reputation of fumbling. When you think of Oliver, you know this guy is going to get dealt with severely. Honestly, you have zero hope. You know this guy isn't going to do anything achievable. The only thing that this guy is going to do is he's going to find the strongest person, thinking that he has all the hands, and then he's going to get destroyed. Honestly, the most useful thing that this guy did was look after Mark when he was in a coma. Like, that's how bad it is. Like, this guy is pretty much for the sidelines. No wonder Omni-Man doesn't like you. Let's be real. We all know that Omni-Man's favorite son is Mark. Okay, let's just keep it a buck. When Oliver took out the Mauler twins, I was like, oh my goodness, this guy has hands. Okay, this guy doesn't know how to use it, but at least this guy has hands. And then come to find out, nope. Now, once again, similar to Battle Beast, we understand that the stakes are much higher. Okay, the Mauler twins is nothing compared to Viltrumax, so I do have to bear that in mind. That is true. That is true. However, you need to know your lane. Stay in your lane. This mindset of finding the biggest and the strongest and then trying to 1v1 them, it needs to stop. This guy is going to get himself killed. The way he dived in to Conquest thinking that he was going to do something, and then what happened? Conquest had his way with Oliver and he wanted round 2, and he was this close to getting it. But honestly, the worst thing that this guy did was take on Frag. Now, bearing in mind, this guy was warned. He was warned by Nolan. He said that however strong you think he is stronger. Okay, if Nolan was scared of him, then what makes you think, Oliver, that you have any business in a 1v1? In fact, when you see Frag, you need to run the other way. That's what you need to do. This guy was nothing but a liability. Once again, this guy almost died if it wasn't for plot armor. Let's be real. It was plot armor that saved Oliver. Otherwise, this guy would have been packed up in a bin. Trash. Garbage. Anyways, that is my list. Let me know how I did in the comments, and let me know where you would rank the top 5 worst performances of the season so far. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Once again, make sure you like and subscribe for more videos like this. I post very regularly. So yes, I will see you soon. Peace out.